Hello and welcome to the eSeniors GT3 Championship, and today's race is taking place in the Porsche GT3 Cup and the location is Oulton Park. At present there's 19 cars on the grid. Should make quite an interesting race and hopefully less incident packed than the race last night, which took place here and was around in the GT4s. Bit of a change of setup for this race. First of all, the qualifying session is only 15 minutes, so you know this is quite a difficult track to get a good continuous couple of laps in. It takes a good 2 laps to get your tyres up to speed, and consequently you've really got to bang your laps in a short space of time. I think the qualifications looking between 137 and 140, pole 137 I reckon at the end of this. And then it's anybody's game after that really for the rest of the field. The race starts at 7 PM in the evening, and it's got a 4 times multiplier, which means that the race will go into the dark and will complete in the dark. Not only does that add an extra bit of bite into the race, but it also has an impact on the tyres, the warmth of the tyres and obviously the grip of the tyres. As the Porsche is traditionally lightweight at the front, it'll be interesting to see who can keep the tyres warm at the front of the the Porsche, as opposed to keeping the power down on the back. I do think as we go into the race, we will see more and more cars going off just by putting too much power down to the rear and expecting the fronts to turn them. But we'll see, and obviously, hopefully, as I said, it's not going to be as incident packed as last night. There's quite a significant number of incidents into the first 3 corners on this track. There's not as many tonight. I think there's 5 drivers less tonight, so hopefully it'll just ease off a little bit and it'll be a bit easier on the eye, shall we say, and certainly easy for the stewards. Bit of a shout out to Malcolm. Welcome, Malcolm. Hope you enjoy the race. I'll be with you for the duration of qualifying and for the duration of the race. Being the hostess with the mostess. Okay, maybe not. And then obviously as the race gets underway, I'll try and keep my finger on the action, just so you know if there's anything going on. I'll try to keep my wits about me, and then we'll go from there really and see where that takes us. I'm going to just jump into the car of somebody else at the moment who's traditionally a fast driver. I'm going to jump in with Derek. So I think Derek was looking at pole before, so I could work out who the quick drivers are going to be in this. I think Derek will probably take pole, and there it is, a 137. That's literally what I said, a 137. I was just going to say Shane Pollitt will probably not be far off. And then Andreas, I think, won't do too bad. Andreas Pettersson. And Terry, Trowbridge and Kai. Neil's also quick. I think he drives the Porsche General. So I think we'll end up seeing Neil up there. So, you know, I think it's going to be an interesting grid at the start. It'll be the usual, you know, the also-rans of normal qualifying, the GT3s and GT4s. But yeah, let's see where this takes us. But a 137 is pretty quick. And as we can see there, we've already got a PJ bumping in quite a good, respectable time as well. Good evening, Mr. Lees. Hope you are well. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy it. So just to recap, it's a 15-minute qualifying, none of the shenanigans from last night, and then we'll go straight into the 45-minute race, which starts at 7 PM in the evening and has got a 4 times multiplier. So we will need lights and we will need obviously tyres to keep us going. One thing that was interesting in the race yesterday is if the markers, the braking markers, got took out, I think it caused havoc, and obviously that's, for some people, that's a no-no. One of the corners where I think people use the brake marker is the last but one, which is quite a... You brake into it quite quick, but you put the power on the way out, and if you get it wrong by a metre, you're in the sand. And the number of cars that ended up in the sand quite late on, I think, was indicative of that placard being taken out. And you can see there somebody's already took one out. So, you know, I'm not holding up much for the barriers in this race. I just don't think they're going to last. to be honest. Yeah, and Andy Lee's just saying on the chat there, last night seemed like a good experiment. That did not work. I think the problem, Andy, is it's not documented what Competizione does. And 2 qualifying sessions is set up usually for a double race sprint with 2 different drivers. And I think what the thought was last night is the system will take the average. So my first qualification, I was in 13th. My second qualification, I was in 8th. But I thought, ballpark figure, I'll be about 10 or 11th. And I ended up 4th on the grid. So I just couldn't work it out at all. Then the other thing we were thinking of is, has it taken your fastest and your slowest and therefore left your laps in the middle? So, you know, if you're a consistently quick driver and your lap times were on the nail every time, you'd have been high up the grid. But if you went out, did a flying lap, and then did 3 or 4 casual laps, well, you're in a hiding to nothing because your flying lap's just been removed. And now one of your casual laps is seeing you through qualification. And we had drivers who should have qualified first, starting 23rd on the grid. So I'm not sure, again, how it happens, what it means, how it works. It is undocumented, but I don't think it's something we'll be trying again. I think it upset quite a few people. Did give a bit of entertainment. Mr. Bywater at the back of the grid coming through to finish, I think it was 3rd, which was absolutely fantastic. But to be honest, everybody saw him coming and just opened the door. He caught me up. I was in 4th. I was having quite an easy run. No pressure from anybody. He caught me up and I weren't going to race him. I just moved over and let him pass me. You know, what's the point? You've got a guy who's faster. I know you're racing for position, but the guy's faster. I prefer to let him pass and finish 5th than not let him pass and finish in the barrier. And I think sometimes that's what people forget. There's quite a few people who are aggressive and go, 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 go. You're not having my place. The reality is if you get took out, you probably lose your place and lose your car. So sometimes, you know, letting that faster car past is the right thing to do. Plus, you don't know if they're then going to go off track and you get the place back, but you've actually come out of it scot-free. And I think sometimes there's aggression gets the better of some people. And, you know, it's something I've learned. And I think a couple of drivers last night made comments afterwards that they went off quite early on. But actually, they really enjoyed it because it gave them the ability to fight back on the track and actually have a race rather than just, you know, being a lamb to the slaughter. Right, I'm keeping my eye on the front. Obviously, it's just qualifying at this point, so I'm not really paying too much attention to who's actually on the grid. So we've got the front 3 at the moment was Derek, Carlo, and we've got Neil. Neil's on a fast lap at the moment. He's running green in the sectors. I don't know if it's enough to take him above Carlo, but it ain't going to be far off if that's the case. He's still up. There's a few drivers still up actually, but by far the one up the most is Mr. Bywater. I just hope Mr. Simpson gets out of his way there. I think that's Simpson. Yeah, so Bywater did a very quick lap there, which would have put him second. However, it was a failed lap, so we must have gone off and cut a corner somewhere. Evening, Melvin. Hope you're okay. Okay, so obviously Neil's gone back into the pits now, so let's switch to Carlo. See where Carlo is. See the back end sliding around the corner. It does play havoc with your tyres, this track. And this is the corner where the second sign got took out, and it basically just caused havoc. This little kink here, if you get the balance of the car wrong, it will spin you out. I'm going to say that now before I get the commentator's curse again later on. And getting this angle right is important, otherwise you can drift wide and lose your lap. And then keep it to the left hand side as much as possible here, and then flat out the next bend. I'm going to try and take this in 3rd. We're on the avenue now. We're coming down to Denton's, and then 3 Cascades. One just gone off there. And we're now heading towards Lakeside. And now we're onto the Island Bend and come up to Shell Oil's corner. You can really hug that corner there. We'll come up to the chicane, Ulstons. Taking a lot of curb there. And he's coming over to Hilltop next, hence by the name. Going down to Hislops, the other chicane. Or maybe not. Let's go on board with somebody else who appears to be on quite a quick lap. Shane. Okay, so Shane's on a quick lap here. He's currently, looks like half a second up. That won't move him. Ooh, it might move him up to third in front of Neil if he gets it right. Reference, Andy, that field of view, I've used the arrow keys to get it set for myself. I've done that in game, so I'll get myself in the cockpit and then I use the cursor keys, which moves the view up and down or left and right. I can get a really nice sense of feeling in it. But maybe it's something you want to try and look at. Yeah, Shane did get third place there. Terry's on a good lap as well. Terry Trowbridge is on quite a quick lap, but Shane's going even faster here. He could be getting second place, though he's not going to now. Got quite a bit of time there now. Let's look across with Terry. Yes, Melvin, you've just confirmed exactly what I was saying. It's all about playing with the keys, and I do it so that the dashboard is just below. It's just at the base of the screen. Seems to give you quite a nice feeling. So Terry must have threw that lap away a little bit because he was considerably up. So you know where I give facts about the track wherever possible. I'll be giving these facts out again on the stream on Saturday. Obviously this track's my local track, if you want to call it local. Still about 30 miles away. But it's based in a place called Little Budworth, which is in Cheshire. It's 2.6 miles, the track layout we're doing anyway, which is about 4.3 kilometres. Interesting fact about one of the corners, I don't know if anybody knows the history. That's going to hurt. Let's move into who else is on a flyer. Terry Howard's on a bit of a quick lap as well. There's a corner called Knickerbrook. So I don't know if anybody knows where the name's come from in relation to that. The story has it, when the track was being built, they had a demolition team in to remove a series of trees. So Knickerbrook, just so you're aware, is this bend here. So there's a series of trees which they're blowing up. They put the dynamite down, or the explosive, and when it blew up, yeah, I'm just explaining that now, Malcolm. They heard a scream and a shout, and they saw this couple running away from the trees. They'd been having a bit of fun in the tree, shall we say. And when they went over there to investigate, they found a pair of the ladies' knickers. So that apparently is where it gets its name from. Now, hopefully, Malcolm, you can confirm that's correct. I'm led to believe that is exactly where the name come from. Terry's just moved up a little bit there. He's now in 6th. The standings look like they're going to be, although Neil and both Carlo are putting really good laps in at the moment. Thanks, Malcolm. I actually do a little bit of homework just to try and find some facts out, and that was the most interesting fact. This circuit is owned by the same who owns most of the English tracks now as well, Motorvision Sports. You can usually indicate that with the red blotches after the name of the track. So let's look at Carlo. Carlo is up, but he's not going to take pole at the moment. Neil could take second. But Neil's looking very quick. He's losing his time here, Carlo. This corner's going to be important for him. Now he's lost it. Let's jump on board with Neil. Neil's half a second up. This is going to put him back on third on the grid. Oh, he's put him in second. He snatched it from Carlo at the death. So, I'll do a grid run down after. I'm not doing a grid walk as such, because it takes me a second to get that set up. I'll wait for the session to roll over. I've got to click drive, otherwise it doesn't let me do it. Okay, back to the grid. I'll do a quick rundown. I'm not going to switch between the cars. Obviously, it makes the screen jump around a little bit. So on pole, got Derek Bird. Second place, Neil Bywater. Third, Carlo Van Brabant. Jane Pollitt, Terry Trowbridge, Terry Howard, and Kay Scheifer up to 7th. Then we got PJ Vitala, Andreas Peterson, Andrew Ambro, Jeremy Arabas, Chris Simpson in 12th, Bruce Hopkins, Uwe Tholen, Mark Wyman, Peter Miles in 16th, Michelle Benchea, Willie Owens, Manuel Souza, and coming up at the back we've got Jonathan Wood. I think Jonathan's a late attendee and has therefore not been able to put a qualifying time in. So it should be quite interesting. I'm going to put the cam initially on middle of the field, just to give us a bit of shall we say, something to follow. I think it's fair to say. So I'm going to move down a little bit to Kai. Probably Terry actually. So I've got the front car and I've got up to, it looks like, there, I've got up to position 10. Give you a wave back, Willie. There you go, mate. Okay. 10 seconds countdown. Off we go. Looks like Andreas has got off a little bit slow there. A couple of cars queuing up. Obviously the cars are ghosted at the moment anyway. The point is to try and get you self set up. Someone's going for a bit of a dive there. Obviously out of position a little bit. I think that's Tris Simpson in the multicoloured Porsche there. One just behind Ambro. Getting quite interesting now. Start to realise the colours of the cars. And it's lights out and away we go. Couple onto the soil, onto the grass and the sand, but there's no yellows at the moment. Really good. Nice and clean. Everyone keeping themselves to themselves. They've already got a nice little spread. A few car lengths between them. I don't know if there was any instructions at the pre-race meeting. As far as I was aware, it was race from the lights. I'll just keep it on this view while we just see the race start taking itself off a little bit. Get a couple of cars in view. Right, there's been a bit of an incident at the back. Looks like somebody went off. I think Michelle's gone off a little bit there. She's now being hounded by Willie. Okay. Yeah, so far so good. It's looking quite a clean lap. Should imagine though, there's after the first lap everyone will start going for it, as is usually the case. Just as your tyres start coming into play and your brakes start working efficiently. And we've got car 31 off. Only involving himself, I think. That's been instant. It's only registering car 6763 though, which was Wyman. So I don't know if Wyman's hit something, but he's not last. Neil Souza is back to the front. He's obviously taking his time, Mr. Souza there. This is the problem. If you don't give your car a chance to warm up, you'll go into a corner and it'll spit you out. And I know it seems like you're stating the obvious, but it can't be the obvious if every week and every race people do it. So I know it sounds like Jeremy and that is a broken record. Well, when the record gets fixed, it stops being broken, doesn't it? So I think in that respect, it's something that we need to reiterating for the drivers, because for some reason they just forget. Magically the tyres work, and as I said, on this track, especially this time in the evening, it's a good 2 laps. You know, the race last night, it was a good 2 laps to get the tyres up to spec. Brakes weren't too much of a problem, but the tyres were definitely a problem. You can still feel the car squirming. Move down to the back a little bit. Bit of action here. Got Triss. Let's jump on board with Triss. We'll see the sunlight affect this corner a minute. It filters in a minute as well. It's an absolute nightmare. So Triss is a racing driver, just for reference. He drives Ferrari 348s. He knows the likes of Oulton and Brands. He races them quite regularly. So you know, he's familiar with the tracks. It's the differences in cars. I mean, he did well last night. I think he finished 7th last night. So he did manage to, you know, shine a light a little bit. There's a bit of action in front. Yeah, I think Terry's just took Ambro there. Yeah. Yeah, I think it needs to update, because I think he's just took Ambro there and it's not refreshed. It has now refreshed on the screen. Right, I'm going to change the view to the timers. That gives you a more realistic time of what's going on, and updates real time. I think Andreas is catching Ambro here as well. Been a couple of impacts. Bruce Hopkins has been involved in a couple, and as I said before, it looks like Jonathan Wood has been involved in one as well. I don't know whether they're off themselves. I think Hopkins was involved with another car. It looks like then got caught out himself. But obviously I've not had a chance to go back to the replay. Yeah, there's a couple of incidents coming up on the screen at the moment. I'm just keeping my eye on them. Exactly what's going on. So they're looking okay now. Andrew's got that corner really well there. He's definitely making a bit of ground on Ambro here. I think this is the closest gap on track at the moment. That's been an incident. Car 60. Oh. So let's see what happened here. So Michelle's behind him. Interesting that. I think it's picked the contact up, but it was that minor. It's not recognised who the contact was with. I think there was an ever slight contact there from Michelle. See, Mark Wyman's gone wide there. This is back to the where we were. So I'm going to jump on board with Wyman here because Wyman looks like he's making a bit of progress. On Wood. Well, I would expect Wood to fly past because Wood's come from behind. Wood is a quick driver. He's as I said, he obviously turned up late. A few cars going off, taking too much into the corners. Willie's giving Michelle a bit of pressure here. A bit of a back end action there from Willie's car. Jump back up to the front a minute. As you can see, Bywater's very much keeping the pressure on. Both these two guys are on quite quick laps at the moment. Cheers, Andy, thanks. I was playing around it before. My son's supposed to be doing me a proper one. He's animation and game design. So he said he's going to do me one when he can find the time or when he can get off his computer, whichever. There seems to be certain corners, and I noticed this, where certain drivers really excel and others where they seem to struggle. Where we're up to. Yeah, so he was slightly quicker that lap, only by a tenth. The field is broken down a little bit. In the immediate vicinity, the car 71's in the pits. Jonathan Wood's in the pits. That doesn't bode well, is that? I've not seen any incidents. He was involved in an incident on lap 2, I think, but he seemed to be running really well. He seemed to be going quite quick. I wonder if he's going to come back out. I can see the sunlight coming down now. Oh. Is that classed as gaining an advantage? Cutting the corner completely. Yeah, this section, Neil's definitely quicker. And then Derek just seems to put the foot down. He's really pushing though. His tyres seem to be struggling a little bit there. And Neil usually goes up the inside here, takes the angle quite tight and then comes across to the right. Takes it quite tight on the right. No, he's not doing it there. How'd you get seasick following these two? They're all over the place. R46 there. Went yellow. Doesn't look like they were involved in anything. We've got another car in the pits. Michelle's currently sitting in the pits as well. Don't know if his game's over. Jonathan's not come back out. I'm going to jump to... Let me see where I'm going to go to. 19. I'm going to jump forward, back a little bit. Bit of action going on here. So Andreas and Trish Simpson. This was the guy I was riding with before. fairly clean at the moment. Oh, he's gone wide there. That can go wrong quite badly. Oh, he's managed to do it. Right, so yeah, he's gone off a little bit there. Right, let's see where the next battle is. So I can't go off then. Missed it, unfortunately. Right, 67. Don't know if I've missed it. Implied there was a bit of an incident here. Two cars. Yep, not wrong with that replay. I reserve judgment on that one. The Trowbridge and Mr. Pollitt. Okay, interesting. That's where we were, and we were just with Mr. Bird, and I think we were on the reverse camera, weren't we? Did you know it's a setting? But I don't know if it's a setting for the cameras or not. How dirty your windows are. You can actually change the setting. Oh, that's Sousa getting lapped. Birdoo's, he's over. This top three race is looking really spicy, shall we say. Jonathan Wood's back out again. It looks like he's lying again, so he must have received damage. The lights are on now. It just seems to drop quite quickly, the dark as well. It does catch you out. You see it coming down, but it seems to go in defined stages. So 1 minute you'll see it like a shade of dark, and there's it looks like Carlo's gone off. Looks like he's hit something, Carlo. Just go back to Carlo a little minute and see what he's doing. Don't know if he got his tyre off. Or he just put the power down too much. He's not in any danger there. He's in no threat. He's not. I know he's racing with the guys, but you know there's no one close to him. Oh, he just looks like he's failed to brake. He's managed not to hit the barrier, but put himself in a really precarious position. Luckily, yeah, there's been no incident there. Quite fortunate that. I can see there's a bit of a gap now between Derek and Neil. Okay, let's jump back on track and see who we can find. There's a bit of close racing going on. The field's quite spread out. The only ones I can seem to find is Bruce Hopkins and Uwe, I think. Rules are rules. Hello, Tenno. No, just one qualifying session. I think the lessons were learnt last night. There's been a few incidents coming up here. I don't know if there's cars going off or there were genuine incidents. There's a car running slow. And it's 31. He's running slow, which is Manuel Sousa. And there was another car coming up to the top bend. The Shell Oils corner. Went off a little bit. Yeah, 763's going slow, which is Mark Wyman. I think he's just got off track there. Okay, Andy, take care, fella. Enjoy your food. This is the only battle I can find on the track at the moment. Quite a lot of spaces between people now. Cars in front of these two are looking Jeremy. Oh, I clicked on a death there. The car off the track here. I think it's Sousa again. Yeah, so Sousa's off again. Like he's fitted wet. Car 18. P. Miles has been off. Got himself going again. Yeah, he's Very tentative round that corner. I don't know if 31 Sousa's just letting all the back markers past, and therefore it shows up like he's running a little bit slow. Because obviously if you're getting passed by back markers, you've really got to give away a little bit. I think Kai and Andreas must have had a problem because they have dropped down. R19. There's Tris Simpson. He looks like he's spun through the chicane. We've got car 44, which is Michelle. These aren't incidents being recorded because they're obviously just involving themselves. So Kai's now trying to catch Jonathan, who's trying to gain time from the pits earlier on. I'm just going to jump forward a little bit because it looks like there's a bit of action in front there. We've got Uwe here catching Jeremy. Jeremy's line through that corner was much better. Give him a better drive out. I think Uwe's got to try and get the power back down again now. Michelle's catching Sousa up, I think. Michelle will have Sousa in this next corner. Hopefully there won't be an incident to log. Can't see any yellows. It's looking good. Bit of action there. It's not a Jonathan Wood catching up. People catch Jonathan's on a bit of a mission here. He's catching a few cars up quite well. Let's just see how well he's actually doing. He's pulled away from Kai. And he's now on his road to Andreas. He's 4 seconds up the road. At 98. There's still Jeremy and Uwe having a battle up front there. 11. Hopkins. Okay, so he's let the back marker past. This was something we were discussing. About that Jonathan's obviously can be a quick driver, and you know, is he allowed to unlap himself? But then he gets the blue flags, and we've had another car off there. Car 44 has gone to the pits. That's Michelle. Well, Michelle's obviously made a bit of a mistake. Let's see what that's done for us. What's happened with Michelle? He's just gone off. He obviously wants to go on the other side of the track. He's decided to call it a day, I think, looking at that. Okay. Interesting. Back to where we were then. Replay will switch back in a second. There you go. So this is Bruce Hopkins tracing down Uwe. And Uwe's tracing down Jeremy. Took that chicane really well there. Just needs the drive out. You'll also notice that Uwe's car is his own skin. He was the only person to provide with a skin for his own car. And consequently, this proves the point. If the skins are on the machine showing the race, you can see them. So that is his own skin tailored. That was done outside of the game. If anybody wants a skin for when I'm doing the commentary, as I said before, send them to me. I'll upload them onto my computer and you'll be able to see your car in glorious Technicolor. If you were to look at that elsewhere, it will probably be the base colour of his original skin. Quite static, these, aren't they? They're racing, but they're not. You know what I mean? Right. Bit of action, 70. Peter Miles just been taken there, so Terry's on still on a bit of a mission there. Right, 88. Yeah, that 3 is the only. Was that 97? It was 97. Shane Pollitt. See how that was looking. Shane's back with Terry. Again, he got a good drive out of there, Shane. Getting to the point in the race, another couple of minutes, when I think we'll start seeing a few offs or people out braking themselves and colliding. Uwe's caught right up with Jeremy now. Like no one wants to risk passing. There's that car that sat at the side of the track then. Was that Miles? Sure he was then. That's the number of the car. Sure he was actually. Can't work it out. The battle's still with Jeremy and that, I think. I mean, this is a good battle, but again, I don't think this is going anywhere. This is relying on a mistake to happen, I think. Both Terry and Shane are quick drivers. I can't really see them making a mistake, unless we get the commentator's curse here. Right, I've had a car off that. Who's that who's gone off over there? Car 63, a 763. Which is Wyman. Let's just see what happened. He's only involved himself. He got his tyres on the dirt. Obviously, the track's pretty static. Oh, he's hit the curb. Is he hit the barrier? Oh, he's managed to make it, so he hasn't hit the barrier. But I think, looking at this, he spins back on the track. Yeah, so he spun back on the track. And he's liking them donuts by the looks of it. Recovered. He's in a safe place there. His tyres are going to be really dirty though and scuffy. He's running again. Always a good thing to see. Let's just catch back up with Bruce, Uwe and that. But this battle's still going on. Car 97 has gone off. Car 97 is Terry. Interesting. See what happened here. If it was Terry who went off. Yeah. Oh dear. That's quite spectacular, that. Can't quite understand what's happened there. I think his car might well be damaged there. So I don't know whether they'd been coming together earlier than that. Jane's still going well, so I don't think there was too much of an issue there. I don't know, that's just I can put that down to driver error, I don't know. From what we saw, he seemed to outbrake himself. What seemed to occur though is the fact that he carried on. Now, if you've got no ABS, I could see that happening. But, you know, if you're running ABS, I think you should be alright, really. Just jump back on board with Bruce. Bruce is doing a good job here of catching Uwe. Terry did get going again. Now he's in the pits, Terry. I think Terry might have quit. Can't see him in the pits. Says he's in the pits, but I think he might have quit. I'll need to look at the replay for that in detail. It did look innocent. Didn't see any cars around him. Yeah, I think so, Terry, as well. I think the first barrier and then hitting the second barrier, I think that would have even pushed the damage system on this to the limit. Andreas then. I think Andreas missed the brakes. That's really put Andreas off a little bit, that. He was obviously making good progress. It caught him out a little bit. Hi Nikos, hope you're well. He's a bit deep there, he's keeping it going though. Great racing with these three here. Not a good run here. Don't do it on the grass. He got enough in it? He has. And he get it stopped without spinning. He can, but he's obviously he's always going to have a trade-off in performance there. Brilliant racing, absolutely brilliant to watch. That's a bit close. Called it. Let's just do a bit of a rewind, just to see that from outside. So obviously Bruce has took the shorter angle, which means he's always going to get a better run, Uwe. Fine there. Both went round the corner. I mean, obviously was the inside squeeze. Did he leave him enough car space? That'll probably go down. Yeah. Possibly a racing incident. That's just took pressure off that one now. So he's now got Andreas has caught up Uwe. So Andreas is back on the hunt. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Melvin. I think he left him room there. There was a car's width. So I think the car on the inside probably drifted wide a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's going to be investigated, I would imagine. I mean, it could very well be a racing incident. Ultimately, if he's hit the car on the right, he's took himself out. So, you know, possibly no further action. But I'm only saying that based on what I've seen. And obviously things will change as more replays are watched. Okay, where are we going on the grid? Car 888. Willie Owens. Looks like he's chasing... I don't know, I think he's just been taken by Derek. Either Derek's got a problem and Willie's catching him. Right, car 31. Mr. Souza. Again, is he letting back markers past? Not involved with anybody, he's just gone off himself. So, still got that battle going on with Uwe and Jeremy and that. So that's the field behind, you can see. Jeremy's keeping himself going really well. Uwe's still trying to capture Jeremy, but not really doing much about it. Yeah, Nikos, you just said that. Obviously, because he's passed me his livery. If that's his custom livery on his car, you see him? Yeah, fun starts. Yeah, Terry, obviously saw you go off there. The incident was recorded with Pollitt, but it actually didn't show incident with yourself. It hasn't recorded your impact. So there are a couple of incidents quite early on. So what I need to do is review them and see what the state of play is. Yeah, if you've passed me them, Nikos, it'll they'll appear in the stream. Yeah, I think it's all going to go interestingly well now, shall we say. It doesn't look too bad at the moment, but the dark just seems to just come all at once. And that Suve's just overdone it a little bit and let Andreas past. Oof. That was, yeah, he stayed a bit central there, didn't he? Got two faster cars passing him. They've all got through clear there. That was really good, that. Nice driving from all concerned. Two cars behind them, I think, are pretty close as well. 31. Manuel. 88. So Andreas is now catching up. Yeah, I've got it, Nikos. We're installed on my PC. But yeah, your cars will be fine. Andreas has got a good drive out there. Can he keep the power down? No. He's Jeremy must have found that turbo button, because it just seemed to shoot off then. Unless I missed something and Andreas wasn't taking the place for a reason. I was looking away for that minute then. There's 19 cars out, 18 on track, so it's quite spread out actually. Got two cars in the pits. Looks like Sousa's pitted, and obviously we've got Michelle who's called it a day as well. I presume Michelle's car was very much like yours, Terry, because he just went off and parked up in the middle of the field. There hasn't been that many incidents logged at the moment though, which at the moment isn't too bad. I know you're not going to think that, Terry. I fully appreciate that and respect that. But yeah, there's a few logged, shall we say. I've got the Pollitt one and yours logged. And Andreas has gone off now. This is the tyres starting to go off, I think it's fair to say. Yep, Big Natty, you definitely have to practice for the night time on Saturday. Don't forget you need your track medals anyway, which is 4 clean laps. But luckily you can do them in the daytime. You see there, everyone's starting to go a little bit wide. Andreas has got a good run on him here. Uwe obviously put his tyres on the dirt there, going a little bit wide. Obviously with the tyres just starting to go off a little bit. And it's the fronts that get hit the most here. We have got a bit of action going on. I'm just going to switch to Carlo. Carlo's really caught up with Neil. Now, is this a sign of Neil's tyres starting to go? Oh, you don't want to be doing that with cold tap with the tyres going off. There's been a car off there. That car 88. Car 60. Just see what's happened there. Getting harder in the dark to see. Oh. Has he got away with it there? Because it looked like he'd hit the barrier. Oh. Yeah, he had it at the barrier. Again, too much power down. There's one way of getting back on the track. Just hope he doesn't beat you. As there's lack of incidents, as you can appreciate, if people are going off, I'm showing you them for something to show. And there's been an 763. Who is Mark Wyman. He's just gone off, but he's back on again. He's running slow. He's back up to speed again now. Yeah, this is the tyres starting to play havoc. I still expect the likes of your Neils, your Derricks and your Carlos and that to be quite good with this, because these guys are quick, and therefore you'd expect every eventuality. Been a bit of an off there. Who's that? That was car 88. Let's have a look. That was Jeremy. His car's not looking very healthy there. That could have been that could end up in pits, that, for Jeremy. Has he forgot to brake? Oh, he's just gone wide. He's going to hit the barrier at the bottom. Oh, he's going to have flashing lights. Yeah, he's definitely going to feel that. That might turn a little bit. He's kept it going though. Let's see what it looks like from inside. Right, okay. To be fair, he's got quite a pace. Can't see where he's going, mind you. He's got quite a pace. You should see his lights flashing as well on the braking. Admin hacks. Right, so where's the action at? There's another car in the pit, 60. Bruce has pitted, so obviously he's damaged his car when he went off. A faster car coming up here. Yeah, let him through. Go back to Carlo, because Carlo's still putting pressure on Neil Bywater. Kai's caught up with Uwe again. His German compatriot. He's keeping him at bay on the straight though. I don't know if Kai's got a bit of damage. Kai seems very quick in the corners, but he seems to be lacking pace, which usually indicates a bit of aero damage. I'm probably wrong. Kai's still gaining on him. But there's still a bit of a gap. I'll just jump to Kai. He's got him here. That was a good timing, wasn't it? Perfect. That was a bit severe there. I thought he was going to spin the back end round then. Kept it going though. Simpson's in front of him. He's 10 seconds up the road. This has had a quiet race. Getting himself out of trouble. I think he had a 7th place yesterday. He's on for an 8th place today. Two good innings for him, that. I think. Where he is, 19th, yeah. Well, just overtook Jonathan Wood. Kai's gaining on a couple of cars. I don't know how quick he's going to do it, but he's gaining. He's gone deep there. That's where you don't want to spin the car around. You can easily get a massive oversteer there if you keep the power on. very much as it was. Derek's catching up a set of back markers now. Double yellows. R18. Have a look at what that is all about. P Miles. What happened with Mr. Miles? Double yellows usually means he's landed on track. Yeah, not far off. I thought he was going on then. Very good, very good. Very, very safe rejoin. As he thought when he spun it round, then he was going to come across and take that car out, but no credit where credit's due. He didn't actually do that. So fair dues to him there. The Kai's caught up Triss here. And Triss has now gone off. Car 18. Miles again's just gone off. He's managed to. Oh, I was going slow, should I say? Guys, oh no, it wasn't Triss he took. I think it was Miles. Triss is in front. Even in Sim Racing Elite. I was going to say it's been an incident pack race, but it really hasn't been an incident pack race. Yeah, Malcolm, I am as well. There's a few things gone, but the majority of them are still there. See, that pole's gone. That pole's gone. Triss had a problem there. He was 5 seconds down on Kai. So Kai's really got the opportunity here. That's been taken out, Malcolm. What we were saying again? That one's been obliterated. Okay, let's. No, they're still intact. Yeah, Triss is really cutting the grass here. Ah, see, commentators curse Malkin directly, isn't it? You say it and I say it, and it happens. Seven 6.3's there. Mark Wyman's spun off again. Let me jump back to that. And as I jump back, yeah. See what happens. Has he been caught out by the dark? Or break the braking zone? Oh, he's put the power down too much coming up. Oh, he's parked it up nicely there. Fair credit. Is he going to make a safe rejoin? Ooh, only just. Okay, let's go back to Kai, because Kai was catching Triss there. He's really caught Triss, hasn't he? Here. He's got a very good drive there. He's obviously set his tyres up really well. Oof. Yeah, final lap drama indeed. Is he going to get him on the last lap? Got a better drive out there. Well, let's just see where Derek is. 701. 701. Oh, he went off, didn't he, Triss? Got him. Oh dear. Yeah. That's an incident. Follow Derek across the line. Let's race over. Interesting that. I'm not too... It should have finished, shouldn't they, really? If no, the race isn't over, is it? I thought it was still one lap to go. It said up. Final lap. Right, okay, so... Right, what's gone on there? Let's just wind back a little bit. Something went on there with Uwe and Triss. I'll work out what went on then. There's a rate of knots coming up. Oof, right, okay. Oh, they finished. That'll affect your SA. I don't understand why people do that. Jonathan Wood finally finished in 16th after starting last and having a pit stop. Just finished. And we got Manuel coming up towards the back. Going on to the last bend. I hope the other guys don't catch him, because that's Carlo and Neil. They're not racing obviously now, but that's it. Terry. Car, you disappeared on the first lap into the barrier. Jump back. Obviously some sort of lag. Okay, that's it for the stream. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you on Saturday.